Hi, my name is Rose Lombardo, and I'm principal flute of the San Diego Symphony. Truly great music survives the test of time. It addresses circumstances and situations that are omnipresent throughout years, decades, and even centuries. And it stirs within us emotions and feelings that resonate deeply. This week's program features two such works that continue to find strength, meaning, and resonance today, in very different ways, roughly 150 years after they were first performed.
The Siege of Leningrad was one of the most devastating military disasters of the 20th century. A siege lasting more than 3 years, in which at least 2 million people died when the Nazi armies invaded the Soviet Union. Shostakovich was actually inside the city when the siege began, but he was evacuated a few months later with his family. By that time, he'd already started writing a musical response to this horrific event. And he finished the symphony already, evacuated several thousand miles to the east. And the piece was an almost immediate success. It went all over the world as a response to the brutality and the inhuman disaster of this attempt to destroy an entire city. Shostakovich's Leningrad Symphony is a piece written on the grandest scale for enormous forces, a huge symphony orchestra and extra brass bands as well, and it lasts well over an hour. You can see exactly why he wanted to write a piece on this scale. He wanted something that would appeal to the broadest audiences, that would make the biggest statement, that would be as clear as possible about music's ability to commemorate and evoke human suffering and human grief. He wrote it without question as an attempt to use his art to make the rest of the world understand the scale of brutal disaster. Saint-Saëns' fifth piano concerto, his last piano concerto, was written in the last years of the 19th century, and it reflects his own incredible ability as a pianist. It is ridiculously virtuosic, ridiculously ostentatious. It is also fabulously well written for the orchestra. There is nobody in the world who plays it better than Jean-Yves Thibaudet, with all the flamboyance, all the colour, all the laughter, and all the brilliance that this music demands. It's usually known as the Egyptian concerto, which is a bit of a shorthand. Saint-Saëns travelled all over North Africa. He travelled in Greece and in the East and in the United States, in the West. And he explicitly said about this piano concerto that it was his attempt to evoke the idea of a voyage. You actually hear in the last movement the sound of a big modern steamship with its engines turning over. It must be the only piano concerto in the 19th century repertoire which has what sounds like boogie-woogie or piano stride on speed in the middle of it. Saint-Saëns himself had an immaculate sense of the acoustic properties of a symphony orchestra, which makes this the perfect music to listen to in our great hall here in San Diego.
Please come join us this weekend and experience this music in the best way, live. Performances are Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. If you'd like to learn more about the music on the program this weekend, please check out the links below. There is also a pre-concert talk in the concert hall 1 hour before the concert. We look forward to seeing you this weekend.